Hello guys, it is Cuteness Months here, and today... Alright, so last time, when I did this starter ranking video, I just realized that I completely messed up the words, but, yeah. Today, we're going to be doing another starter trio video. So last time we did generations 5, 6, and 7, and to sum up how this goes, because this is part 3, I will be picking all the Pokemon, taking all the starter Pokemon from each and every generation, rating their evolutions out of 10, rating them and their evolutions out of 10, adding them up, averaging them, and then at the end we'll analyze the scores and everything. So, yeah, we're getting started with Gen 8. Because this is going to be the analysis part. Anyway, let's start with Grookey. So Grookey is probably my least favorite starter in Gala, in general. There's nothing particularly wrong with it. It's just, I don't know. I haven't used it at all. I haven't used Scorebunny either, but I did use Cinderace for a bit in competitive. And I'm not really a fan of its evolutions either, so that certainly brings it down. But it is somewhat cute. So I decided I was going to give it a 6. As for Thwacky and Rillaboom, they both get 4s. I don't like that Thwacky is just Grookey, but yellow and taller. I think that's a little lazy, but also I just don't like the design in general. I think it definitely looks too much like a banana, and it feels a little too thin, almost, like it's too slim. Which is odd, because what you'll see in the future, but I don't know, it just feels a little bit too slim for me. I don't know. Something about it is just a little awkward. Then there's Rillaboom. Rillaboom, I don't know. I like the idea of a drum, but I think that number 1, that could get in its way in battle, and that feels a little awkward. And number 2, the hair. I don't like it. It looks really awkward, and it feels like it gets in the way. Also, it's kind of ruined, because, someone pointed out to me that it has a defined bottom. And now you can see it, too. So, yeah. As a result, they both get 4s. I don't hate them. I just also don't really like them either. Next up, we have Scorebunny. Now, yes, I'm going to be flexing my shinies. Scorebunny is cute, someone I know's favorite Pokemon, and they will probably smite me where I stand if I give this thing anything less than a 5. They don't know about the channel, so it's fine. But, Scorebunny is pretty cute, to be fair. So, I can't discount Scorebunny for that. Also, I love that running animation. But, unfortunately, because I haven't really used it either, nor have I really watched the anime, so I can't really, bond with it at all in the anime, it's only gonna get a 7. Rillaboom and Cinderace... Reboot and Cinderace both get the 6 treatment to me. Why? I feel like about them. I like that it's a little bunny, and I think it looks somewhat cute, but again, I just don't have any experiences with it, unfortunately. So there isn't really anything to like... there isn't really anything that makes me really feel particularly good about it, other than the way it looks. I do like its sort of hoodie, and I usually have a problem with Pokemon wearing clothes, but this is an exception. I mean, no I don't, but I don't know. Also, I love the headband. That's a really nice touch, even if it goes onto the ears. And this is quite a nice shiny. Cinderace. I like Cinderace. It's alright. I have used one in competitive, simply. It has helped a bit. It's very helpful in certain cases. I like that it's based off a soccer player. I think that's really nice. Yes, I'm American. I say soccer. Yeah. Especially I like Pyro Ball as a move. And I like its signature move, Court Change. And I feel like that, combined with the fact that it's just a fire type, means it could really nerf Ferrothorn, which is great because I hate Ferrothorn. But otherwise it doesn't really have that much on me, so it's more of just a slight positive experience. I see that it definitely has potential, especially with Libero. Even if I think Protean is better, a Protean-like ability is better on Greninja than Cinderace, but that's personally my opinion. It gets a 6 in the end. Next we have the Sabaline. Now I decided to give the Sabaline all 8s. I'm still trying to hunt another shiny that's hidden ability. Now, I just like Sobble because it's adorable. Now, there is a chance I really like it simply because of its resemblance to Mudkip, and I'm not going to deny that. That is definitely a possibility. But that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to like it. That doesn't discount it at all, in my opinion. I think it's really cute. Also, I love that it's timid, and that is actual mood. And that it turns invisible when it's scared, which is great, because that's something I wish I had the ability to do, but I can't. I think you understand how I feel. Drizzile. I love Drizzile. I feel like Drizzile is an underrated middle evolution. I love the little water bubbles it throws. And that. But yeah, I love the little water bubbles. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's an emo lizard. I don't care. I actually kind of like that design. I like it when characters and like fictional characters and stuff have their eyes hidden. I don't know why, I just like it. Maybe it's because like Sans has one blue eye and one non-blue eye, but I feel like I liked them before I got into Undertale. Maybe it's because I'm secretly emo, but I don't know. I just like it when characters have that design. I think it makes them look a bit more sinister. Especially like with King Ollie and Paper Mario. Also, yeah, I really love the little water bubbles it creates. Then there's Intellion. Also, it's apparently very lazy, which is also a mood. As for Intellion, it is my favorite starter in Galar, if you could not tell. So some of you are going to point out my hypocrisy, because I insulted Thwacky for being slim, and this thing is a literal stick figure. But, I don't know, I just feel like it fits better on Intellion. I don't know why. Also, show me Pyro Ball all you want. Snipe Shot is, to me, the better... Handage. Snipe Shot is the better animation, in my opinion. It's shorter, first of all, and second of all, I think it's very quick. Hydro Snipe is also probably my favorite Gmax animation, but I actually haven't seen Rillabooms because Gmax Rillaboom is never used anymore. Because people prefer Grassy Surge and having Grassy Glide. Also, I love that its tail is as long as its body. I just think it's a really nice touch. Not to mention, this entire line has great shinies, as you can clearly see by the ones I'm literally showing you. And I do plan to make a team. I mean, I already have planned a team that's dependent around Sniper and Intellion, and I think that's only going to make our bond stronger. And the only thing I'm waiting for now is for the shinies to show up, but here I am, sat at 1,100 who knows what, because I haven't been keeping track, with no shiny Sobble. I'm confident it's not going to show up for like another 1,000 encounters, because there's something I did in a live stream regarding shiny Pokemon, and the shiny Pokemon probably hate me now. And the people who know me really well and are watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it all happened on September 4th, 2020. It's a whole long story. But also, I just like Intellion as a Pokemon. I really like that we got a Sniper Pokemon, and I just like that it's a secret agent. And I'm glad it's not weak to Cinderace, because a lot of people were theorizing that Cinderace would be Fire Electric, and I was like, please no, I don't want my Water Starter to be weak to the Fire Starter, that would be bad. So, have that one, by the way. You know, the Gmax, it has a gun! I love that! Now, that basically does it for all of the starters, and, yeah. But, Galar finally adds up to 57, and becomes 6.3. So not the best. I feel like because it's more of a typical, I like one, feel neutral towards one, don't like the last one, it just didn't do as well, because, unfortunately, Intellion was really all this generation had, but it definitely could have been worse. Now, next we have the analysis. So, looking at all of the points, the order from least to greatest is Sinnoh with 5.6, then Kanto with 6.1, then Galar with 6.3, then Kalos with 6.7, then Unova with 6.9, nice, then Johto with 7, then Hoenn is second at 7.2, and Alola is first at 7.4. Now, I definitely think that Hoenn had a chance, and if Hoenn was literally 3 points higher, it would have won. If I felt neutral towards the entire Torchic line, hell, if I simply felt 1 point better about Torchic and 2 points better about Combuskin, or if I felt that both of them were 5 worthy, then Hoenn would have at least tied, or overcome Alola. But just Blaziken held Hoenn down enough for Alola to take the victory. Which, to me, honestly isn't a surprise. Like, whenever someone asked me the question in the past, I said Alola simply because I thought, oh, well, I really like one of the starters, and for the most part, like one of the starters, and feel indifferent towards the last one. Whereas, and it's the only generation where I don't outright dislike any of the starters. Other than Johto, but Johto, I really like one of the starters and feel neutral towards the other two. As for my least favorite, I'm actually not really surprised that it's Sinnoh. I feel like Sinnoh was a weird experience, personally. It was just odd. And I feel like the starter trio was not at all helped by the fact that there's a giant imbalance. I'm a Libra, I demand balance. I demand it. You're breaking the entire fundamental point of the rock, paper, scissors trio when they are not super effective against each other. It's not how this works. I'm sorry, that was very unprofessional. Also, containing my least favorite fully evolved starter certainly isn't doing Sinnoh any favors. Now, the last thing that I want to go over, actually, is does this answer of my favorite starter trio change if we're only taking into account the original 3? Like, if we're not taking into account evolutions. Now, when I did the math for this, the answer was yes, and surprisingly to me, actually, the one who came out on top was not Hoenn, but it was Unova. Unova came out on top with a solid 8 score. This is the only generation in which all 3 of the starters got an 8. Every other generation, one of them didn't get an 8. At least one. Now, there are certainly generations where Pokemon got higher scores, such as Johto and Alola, where Chikorita and Litten got 9. But in those cases, the other Pokemon were what held them back. In fact, Unova only beats Alola by 1 point. Alola's final score is actually, well, technically it's by 3 points, because now we're working with 3 instead of 9, but it only technically wins by 1 point. In the fact that, if you look at how they add up, Unova ends up at 24. Alola ends up at 23. So Unova was able to just edge out in front of Alola, and the thing that I think allowed them to win was where the detriments came in. The main reason why Unova was so hindered was because Dewott and Samurott didn't live up to Oshawott potential. But it's also the only region in which I personally feel like the generation is negatively impacted by only the evolutions. In most generations, the starters are negatively impacted by both the base form and the evolutions. The only other generation where this is the case is in Kalos, when Quilladin's 1 doesn't hold it down, but even then 778 isn't the best performance in the world. And in Sinnoh, but because I don't like the other 2 as much anyway, it's not really that good. So, yeah. Unova inches ahead by literally 1 point. As for my least favorite, it's a tie. It's actually a tie between, funnily enough, between Kanto and Sinnoh. I thought that it could possibly change because Empoleon was no longer holding Piplup down, but it seems I just don't like Sinnoh that much, because even without that, and with Charmander being held down with Kanto being held down by Charmander's 4, it seemed to not be enough in the end. And, well, they both tied for last instead of there being a genuine shift. So, what do I have to gain from this? Well, I really like the Alola starters. I don't like the Sinnoh starters that much, and if we're only taking base forms into account, I really like the Unova starters that slightest bit more, and Kanto and Sinnoh stay at the bottom. So that's going to be it for this really long 3-part series that I definitely did not expect to go this long. I hope you had fun watching as I do this, bopping to this great music. The link to it will be in the description of all 3 videos. So, yeah. Bye.